Yes. Yes. Yeah. Hmm. Hey guys, welcome in. So, welcome to this week's Clarity Conversations. Um, I'm not sure how many people will be on, but there's also going to be a replay of this live as well. So you guys will be able to check it whether you're on Instagram or whether you're on Facebook or YouTube. You can also check us out on all three of those platforms as well if you're on one and not on the other. So once again, I want to welcome you guys to the Assertive Brand Clarity Conversations. And so this week's topic will be discussion, what is your why? As you all know, Juneteenth was yesterday, and a lot of us are really, really feeling the vibes and are really feeling the I don't want to say the pressure, but I want to say the importance of Black entrepreneurship, and the importance of being, the importance of celebrating who you are, and as well as the importance of creating freedom for yourself and for your life. So today I wanted to talk to you guys about giving you some insight on what is your why. Why did you want to become an entrepreneur? Do you understand the importance of entrepreneurship in the Black community? Do you understand the importance of Black economy in the Black community? So today we're going to give some insight on what is your why, so that throughout your journey you can be 100% certain of understanding why it is that you are so um, passionate about what it is that you want to do and whom it is that you are trying to become. You know, if if I can say that, it should be, um, you should feel obligated to want to provide freedom for your personal world. Not just freedom for all Black people, but freedom for your personal world. And we can't look for personal freedom from anyone else other than ourselves, because at the end of the day we are the only individuals that can truly provide a personal sense of life freedom for ourselves. And with that comes Black entrepreneurship. That's really one of the only way. That's with the ways that we can provide personal freedom for our immediate world and our immediate families. So, and to be honest, it's embedded in us from years and years and years prior to us even being brought into this world, because we come from that. We come from an economy of, we come from a community of hard workers. And that's why a lot of us can also say that, we can identify pinpoints, and we can identify when individuals close to us have worked so hard to do particular things in our lives, such as our mothers and fathers. We can identify how hard they have worked to provide necessary things for us, and that we're able to identify that lane, and we're able to identify the experience of seeing someone bust their ass, because we know firsthand. And we know firsthand because it has actually been embedded in us for years prior to our even existence. Even our ancestors worked hard before they were even captured and enslaved. They all bust their ass in and excuse my French, but I'm just being brutally honest right now, especially for the time that we're in. Our ancestors bust their asses to create villages and to create streams of income, to create generational wealth for us to be able to live in comfortability of ourselves prior to being misled by individuals that meant us any good, that didn't mean us any good. So what is your why? What does that mean? It means, why are you, why did you start? Like, what is your reason for wanting to become an entrepreneur? What is your reason for wanting to start that business? And believe it or not, a lot of individuals get into the journey of entrepreneurship and then they forget their why. And within forgetting your why, leads you, and it leaves room for uncertainty. And forgetting your why leaves room for despair. Forgetting your why leaves room for unnecessary mistakes, if that makes sense. So it is very important that you remember why you started this journey. Um, Now more than ever, whether that why is because you want to create generational wealth for your family, and or whether that why is because you want to show your kids, the you want to show your kids what freedom looks like to them, because you weren't really able to have that for yourself. You want to be able to have your kids live a better life, or you want to be able to create a particular lifestyle for yourself. All those things are considered to be your why. If you're tired of punching somebody's clock for 40 hours a week, that is your why. That is your why. So entrepreneurship, honestly, to the Black economy and in the Black community, has been our embark on our community, since the beginning of time. It's to be honest, that's all we knew. And it's still, we were tricked and led to believe that we should work for others. We were tricked and led to believe that we should, that we are designed to work for the rest of our lives instead of having life work for us. We were tricked and led to believe that that's what we need in order to survive. We need to work hard and make less in order to survive, versus being designed to have life for us, which is the exact reason why our Father God placed us on this earth anyway, to have life work for us. Hey, babe. We were designed to have life work for us, versus we are designed to have life work for us versus being designed to work for the rest of our lives. We are designed as individuals, especially, at all individuals. We are designed to assist in other areas of abundance and of prosperity, versus assisting in hard work and, mistreatment. And you get to abundance and prosperity via entrepreneurship, versus working for someone for 20 years and waiting on retirement fund to kick in, that you may not even receive in that retirement what you've bust your ass for over the last 20 years. A lot of individuals work and then they look for their social security check, and then they have to come out of retirement because the social security isn't enough. And why is that? Because it was embedded in our minds that we are designed to work to live versus having life work for us. How do you have life work for you? Well, for example, you have life work for you by looking at things from a positive aspect, and that's your why. You want to, your why, that's one of your whys. So becoming an entrepreneur to have life work for you, so that you'll be able to assist in areas that are more important than you being on someone's job for 40 hours a week, such as that appointment that you had to reschedule 3 times in the past for your son because because you didn't want to schedule too many appointments back to back and then have your job question your reliability or your dependability to work. You don't have to have, you're not going to have that question when you have your own business. Why? Because you're the owner, and that's a why. Your why, you're the owner, so you're not going to worry about having to be questioned about particular things in your entrepreneur journey. Your why should be big enough to help you find out your how. That's your why. Your why should be big enough to help you find out your why, your how. So bam, why am I doing this? Why am I trying to start this business? Because you're going to have those questions come up within your journey. Why are you trying to start this business? Why is this not working for me? And then your why should pivot you, and your why should pivot your mindset into formulating a how. How am I going to get this done? What is your reason? What is your why? For me, my why was that I wanted to be able to deliver to my children an abundance of things that I was not able to receive myself at their age. I wanted them to be able to explore life ahead of time. That way, if that makes sense. And if it doesn't, I'll elaborate more. But I wanted my children to be able to explore life in abundance, but not have to have life hit them over the head at the same time while they're trying to explore and understand. And see, it's one thing that we got away from ourselves, because no one teaches us about certain things such as credit and financial literacy within our community. And that's one thing that we honestly 100% got away from in our community. So I wanted to make it a purpose to be able to position my world and my children so that they can have the literacy that they needed, so that they can at least have a startup fund, or at least have the knowledge, and that they can see that my mom did it, even if she was not 100% successful at it, to be a multi-millionaire at it. She did it, and I watched her do it for years, and she tried, and within her doing it, I was able to receive this, and this, and that was my why, because I wanted my children to embark on a legacy. I wanted my children to grow and see that their mom did not settle for the average 9 to 5 position. I wanted them to go and see that their mom did not settle for a life that would force her to neglect them, not because I wanted to, but because I had to, because in the midst of neglecting you, I still have to pay this rent. In the midst of neglecting you, I feel like I'm neglecting you because these bills are important as well. So you shouldn't have to choose between your time, your quality time with your family, and you shouldn't have to choose between, working at a job. A Greenlight is an excellent app for money management. Some kids I use with my grandson. That is true. I use the Greenlight app with my kids as well. 100% for financial literacy and money management. And if you have kids and you don't have the Greenlight card, or you don't have the Greenlight app, it's definitely a great tool to help teach them money management. But aside from having the app, you have to literally show them. You have to literally explain to them what is credit, what is finances, how is it important, why is it going to be important in the next 10 years. My kids even have their authorized users on my credit card accounts. Why? Because I don't want anyone to feel offended by what I'm saying, but I'm going to say what I'm saying because this is my brand and this is my page. And if you don't like it, then you can move on. But the white folks teach their kids, about literacy. They prep their credit. That way, when they reach 16, 18, they're already well established and can be able to go and do, instead of trying to scuffle up $3,000 just to purchase a vehicle so that they can get around. That's my why. That those were my whys. What is your why? What does it really mean to you to be a entrepreneur, and not just an entrepreneur, but to be a Black entrepreneur, or to be the first entrepreneur in your family? How is it important for you to be successful at that obstacle? It's ultimately important for me. It's one of the most important things, because at the end of the day, it's my legacy that I'm leaving for my kids. It's my legacy of showing that I wanted more, and that I know in my heart that I'm entitled to more, versus what I was raised upon. Not that I did the same thing with mine. Perfect. It builds their credit. And who doesn't, when you look at it now, who doesn't want their child's credit built up? That way you don't have to be teaching a 22-year-old person how to establish themselves, when you can already have been and taught them when they're 13, when they're 15, when they're 12, when they're 11. Those type of things and those type of reasons should be your why. Financial freedom, freedom with your family, those should be your whys. The we were groomed and grown upon this earth from the beginning of time as hardworking individuals. It's embedded in us. That's why everybody always say black people work hard. Man, my mama bust her ass. We can say that because it's been embedded in us since the beginning of time. So why are you busting your ass or your tail, should I say, for a company that makes, and y'all, I'm a little lax today, it's Saturday. But um why are you busting your butt to ensure that this man makes millions when you can take that same time and invest into yourself so that your family can not only make the millions but also sit on and indulge in the money, the time, the love, the wealth, the health that you're going to be gaining from having freedom to be able to go and do because you own your own business and you have individuals working for you, right? So what does it really mean to be a black entrepreneur in today's world? It means a lot. It's the ultimate meaning because that's where we started from. They couldn't take it. That's why they bombed Toulouse. They bombed Toulouse back in the day because they couldn't take that we were making our own ends meet. And if you're not enlightened and if you don't know your why, then you're going to constantly be at a struggle between your growth mindset and your fixed mindset to be able to carry you forward. If you don't know your why, like I said, if you Toulouse, yeah, they bombed it on purpose because they hated on us. Like they can't take it from us. They could not take us being able to go and do and raise our own. And one thing about a black individual, we don't ask for. It pains us to ask somebody for help. It's especially if you come from a hardcore background, it pains you to have to ask someone for assistance. And why is that? Because we are so prideful. We are such prideful individuals. And that comes from us from the beginning of time, way when we were in the motherlands. We were prideful. We respected each other and we were full of pride. And our pride got taken away when we got told a bunch of lies. And then our lies turned into a lack of self-confidence, and the lies turned into embedding doubt and removing our free will because we are so full of our hearts are so full of compassion that we want to believe that someone is going to do right by us. But that's how it was back in the day. And still we're full of compassion because we want to believe individuals are going to do right by us. But as you can see, that is not the case. So because people do not care to do right unless you're putting it in their face to do the right thing. So it's important for us to know our whys. That way we'll be able to figure out our how. Your why will be able to help you formulate your mindset. When you want you to get past your why, that pivot into the how is actually your growth mindset stepping in to say, we about to figure out a way to help this work. And your why helps you to pivot into your how so that you can understand how to help make your entrepreneurial journey easier for you, whether that's hiring a mentor or a coach to be able to guide you down an effective path to be able to reach the income streams that you're pushing yourself towards getting, or whether that's you doing research on your own to be able to get to where you're trying to be. It's oftentimes I'm a one person who stands on having a mentor or a coach to assist along the journey, because it ain't nothing like somebody that's helping you to get to where you're trying to go, and you know one thing for sure, that they're helping you because you see them there. And if they can show you a strand of other individuals that they've helped in some shape, form, or fashion to be able to get to where they're trying to be, then you know for a fact that that's a route that you're willing to go. If you can look at a person and you see them, currently I work for a mainstream income. Currently I work for a mainstream to acquire income to invest into my business, real estate, and healthcare. Okay. Let's see. Okay, and that's a perfect route to take, because we have to figure out how to love what you're doing. Thank you so much. This is my passion, and that's a perfect route to take. You have to find a way to invest. That's your how. You have your why, because you want to build a life. You want to have a legacy. You want to have a lifestyle built up for your kids and all. But you're investing into your businesses, real estate and healthcare, and that's how you're going to get your businesses off the ground. So you have your why, and that's dope. So once you invest into those brands, what's next? Do you have your company together? Do you have your brands together, your real estate? On my end, it says Facebook user. So I'm sorry if I can't see your name, because it just says Facebook user on my end. I don't know why. But once you invest into your businesses, do you have proper strategies to invest into your business in the correct ways that'll help you to continue to grow your business and not give you setbacks? Because strategy is important. If you don't have strategy, you're just going to be dropping dollars all over the world, and you're not going to be able to figure out, you're going to, Andrea. Oh, hey, yes, friend. Okay, sis. I'm sorry, girl, because it really does says Facebook user on my end. So when I do these, sometimes I'm not completely sure who I'm talking to, but I love what I do. So, everything that comes from me is genuine. So Twisted Pride. Okay. Come on, Twisted Pride, girl. Okay. I love you. And AR property management. Yes, girl. So once you have your main stream of income that you're utilizing to invest into your brands. And with that investment into your brands, your next step is to build strategies for your investments. Because as much as you invest, you have to be as much as you invest, you have to be able to strategize your investments so that your investments double and not set you back, if that makes sense. Your investments have to give you a ROI, give you a return on your investments. Your investments have to give you a return, unless you're going to constantly invest and you're not going to be seeing anything. So while you're investing into it, make sure you have strategy set together in order to be able to help you prosper in those businesses. Even if your prosperity levels are slow, and you may feel like they're a little stagnant and they're not really steady, eventually they're going to get steady as long as your investments have strategies attached to them. And if you're trying to figure out how to strategize your investments for your business to be able to help to pivot your business into more of a growth system and not be stagnant, you can schedule a free complimentary clarity call, girl, and we'll help you figure out strategies for your investments for your brand. That's what I do in my Milk and Honey program. As you guys can see, I'm starting a Milk and Honey Profit Lab come July. And it's a free profit lab that you guys are going to be able to indulge on and receive insight on business, entrepreneurship, as well as mindset. It's a 5-day event. So if you're able, say, I help strategize in the hair care. Oh, you need help strategizing the hair care? Or do you help you strategize the hair care? But those income streams actually help, especially when the real estate is a cash flow car. Okay, it really is. It really is, because you're talking to somebody that dibbles and dabbles. And I'm what you call a serial entrepreneur. I do not believe, and I've never, I don't think since since I was 16, I felt like I should not have been working for anyone. I just did what I had to do in order to do what I had to do. And in life we have to do in order to do we have to do. But I can definitely help you strategize your hair care brand. As you know, I have a successful hair care line myself, and we're actually expanding. I'm in process of looking for a assistance, help, hiring individuals, and we're branching out into the world overseas. I'm excited about this overseas journey. That yeah, book a free complimentary clarity call. It's a free call, and within that call, I can help you strategize. You can tell me what you need, and we'll get you where you're trying to go. At the end of the day, you book the clarity call, and that's for anyone. If you are looking for insight on your brand, you can book a complimentary clarity call. It's absolutely free. It's a 45-minute call, and you tell me where you're at, and we'll help you where you're trying to go. So I can definitely assist you with that. It's one of the things that we also work on. And like I said, my Milk and Honey program, as well as my Assertive Mastermind. The Milk and Honey program is 8 months long, and the Assertive Mastermind is a 6-week program as well, to help you pivot your mindset and to help you start your entrepreneurial journeys. But definitely, you can book a call if you want. But like I said, your why is your strength. I want you guys to, when you're on these journeys, just remember that your why is your strength. Yes, I follow Naturology, and I love your marketing real do. I know, girl, and I love that I love your insight on the page, as well as I love your brand. I've been following your brand as well. You have a dope brand, and yeah, we'll be able to see where it goes. So you can book the call whenever you're ready. The link should be in the bio on the page. If not, I'll definitely send it to you. You can just shoot me a DM and ask me for the link to schedule your call, and I'll definitely send it to you. Because you do have a lot of insight, and everyone, sometimes a person just needs guidance, and I'm someone who believes in helping to guide others and not just telling them what to do. But sometimes people need somebody to hold their hand, and I was one of those people at a time, and I'm okay with holding someone's hand because someone was holding mine. And why would I refuse you when someone helped me? That's not what we're doing over here, and that's not how your blessings come in return. You give your gifts as you realize they're your gifts to give. So your why is your strength. I just want to make sure I say that again. Your why is your strength. When you feel like quitting, when you feel like thinking about giving up, and damn that, I'm just gonna work this 9 to 5. I ain't got time for this. This entrepreneurial shit is hard. Nope. Yes, it is hard. Definitely. I am one person. I can tell that to you because I've been doing this for almost 10 years. So yes, it is hard. It is not easy. But Rome was not built in a day, and where there's no struggle, there won't ever be progress. And at the end of the day, you have to ask yourself, do you want to sit underneath someone's nail for the rest of your life? Or do you want to be the nail for the rest of your life? Those are questions that we ask ourselves, because at the end of the day, if you start an entrepreneur journey, and if you already have a business, if you're just starting out, if you've been an entrepreneur for a year, something in you sparked that vision to become where it is right now, so that you can be able to move forward to where you are today. Now, if where you are today is where you were 3 years ago, then you should be booking a complimentary clarity call so we can help you figure out your why and determine your how. Because who wants to be stagnant forever? You don't want to, and when you look back, you don't want to let years and years and years pass you by, and you just have this idea and you have not embarked it onto the world and brought life to it. And then someone else with the same idea that you had 5 years ago rolled it out into the universe and then created a monster out of it. And now they're on their way sailing high, and you still trying to figure out why you let it pass you by. We're not doing that in 2020. 2020 has already hit us over the head with so much that we don't even want to endure anymore. So take back what you feel you have lacked in 2020. Take that back, and you let that be your why. Take back your strength. Take back your integrity, take back your lives, take back your mindset, take that back. All of that sitting inside, being quarantined and trying to figure out who you are, you should be there. And if you're not there, then you should be booking a clarity call to help shift your fixed mindset to your growth mindset, because we should all have growth mindsets at this point, and within that growth mindset should be letting us know what our why is on why we even started. If you're a part of my group inside the Assertive Brand, then you know you have a why. You will not be a part of that group if you did not have a reason for wanting to do more for yourselves. So this is going to be a short clarity conversations, but I just wanted you guys to know that it is important to know your why. It is important to know what it really means to be a Black entrepreneur in America. It is important to know the history of Black entrepreneurship and Black economy in America, so that you can understand why it is so important for you to not just think about what it feels like to be free from other issues, to be free from the worries of the world, but also think about what it feels like to be financially free, to be mentally free, to be physically free, to be emotionally free. Those reasons should be your why. We have had in the past, and our ancestors were such strong-minded and strong-willed individuals that we were determined to succeed at a multitude of things. And that same determination should be what you utilize right now at this point to move your life from where you are now to where you want to be in 12 months. And that's pretty much all I have to say about that. We come from a line of determined individuals, and at this point, we're all on the same page of Black lives certainly mattering all over the world, whether you're LGBTQ, or whether you're heterosexual. Your life matters, and within your life mattering, we need to get back to understanding that we were not put here and we were not designed to work for the rest of our lives. We were designed to be put here to let life work for us and enjoy the fruits and the blessings that God has placed upon the world for us to be able to endure and for us to be able to indulge in. He did not place sands and beaches and islands, trees and the forest, and means to travel and go and do for you to be stagnant for the rest of your life and feel like you don't have time and energy to be able to live because you have to work. You should be working. You should be living for your work, not making work live for you, if that makes sense. Well, I think I said it backwards. When you say the same thing a multitude of times, sometimes you get tongue tied. So at the end of the day, you should not be working to live. Yeah, you should be working to live, but not living to work. Yeah. Remember, I said that, y'all. I said it backwards. This is real right now. So you should be working to live, not living to work. And it's actually something that is very close to me because my mom was that way as a child. We rarely saw my mom because my mom worked 2 and 3 jobs at a time. We didn't really lack much of anything, but we did lack her quality time. And within lacking her quality time, caused us to lack a lot, as in family, memories, gatherings that we're now, in our 30s, me and my brothers, or we're making, those family memories. But as children, most of our memories were in the house playing hide and seek because we couldn't go outside because my mom always had to work. That's one of my whys. I did not want to have to work 2 and 3 jobs. Exactly. She said, same here. I did not want to have to work 2 or 3 jobs and then have my kids not be able to enjoy their childhood because I was so focused on trying to make sure the bills were paid. When I can build this business to work for me, and I can just worry about making sure my kids and myself are able to enjoy the fruits of the labor of the Lord, because that's why we're here, right? So your why should be centered around enjoying the fruits of your labor. not necessarily making your labor a fruit for you. So I want you, take this knowledge, if you feel that I have enlightened you in some form, just go and do. I don't, I just hope that I've enlightened someone today and helped them to pivot their mindsets into understanding and into being more focused on their why. Because for me, I have a multitude of whys, and that's what keeps me going. But if you're thinking about becoming an entrepreneur, just and you're still stagnant and you're on the limb about taking that leap, just know that it is embedded in your bloodstream to not work for somebody. It is embedded in your bloodstream and in your history to build that company that you had in your mind. It is embedded inside you to do those things because your ancestors did it before you. Your Madam C.J. Walker, she got her own hair company because we ain't got time to work for others. George Washington Carver, he started making inventions because we don't have the time to work for others. So focus on your why, and hopefully, and my wish and my prayer for you and my hope is that your why pivots into your how, and then you make it happen. And if you need help with making it happen, then book you a complimentary clarity call. I'll see you guys in the group. If you guys have any questions about your brands, if you guys have any questions about business, if you guys have any questions about entrepreneurship, if you guys have any questions about mindset, if you guys need insight on where you are with your brand right now and taking your brands to the next level, join me. Book a complimentary clarity call, and we gonna get you to where you need to be. I'm a one-on-one personal and business development strategist coach. I give you one-on-one training, literally. So join me, and all of my resources that have assisted me and others that I do coach, you'll be able to receive too. And what are resources? Resources are things that you need in your life in order to help you to be successful. If you're looking for resources and you entrust that I'm able to deliver to you the proper information, holler at me. I'll see you guys soon. And don't forget to drop those wins into the group. Drop your wins into the group. People love to see other people win. It's motivation. So when you drop your win into the group, that is motivating someone else to want to go and do as well. So motivate others while you're motivating yourself, and watch how your blessings begin to overflow. Assist, assist, assist. Drop your wins. I want to see those wins come this week, whatever they are. Even if you decided to start affirming into your life every day, or 3 days straight, you have affirmed 3 days in a row. Drop that win. That's still a win. It's affirmations. That's still a win. Drop those wins into the group because you're still focusing yourself on your ultimate goal. So don't forget to drop your wins into the group. Wins could come in any shape, form, or fashion. You just have to know how to recognize when it's a win for you. I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the group.